Hey, if you're joining me live, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Do let me know how you are, what you're up to in the comments below. And if you're joining on the replay, big love and welcome to you as well. Same thing. Please do share your comments, questions, takeaways, anything that you would like to share, as long as it's kind and with love and intention. Please do comment in the box below. So I'm actually going to share this out in our Wise Wild Wealthy group, so bear with me 1 second as you're joining on live. I will share this to our Inner Circle and our Wise Wild Wealthy group as well. And today we are talking about how my amazing clients are creating six figures very quickly. We are quantum leaping from 0 to 6 figures. We are quantum leaping in the building, growing, scaling of our businesses, and it's all possible, and it's all possible now for you as well. So anything that you're seeing anyone else create is totally possible for you. Anything that you desire is totally possible for you as well. But what I really want to speak to you today is what that really means when you're seeing people talking about creating 6 figures or 7 figures or beyond, or any amount of money in their businesses, what that really means and what they are not telling you. And we're going to go into all of this. I'd love to hear your experience as well. Your experience and your feelings around seeing these type of posts, your feelings and experiences with money, your feelings and experiences if you have your own company and at what level that's at, and if you have already scaled it to 6 figures or multi 6 figures or 7 figures, like what's anything that you would like to share on that. Basically, I'd love to open up a conversation about this, and let's get real about what that means and what's going on and what's not being said, and how you can be best supported in scaling and upgrading to the next level, whatever that looks like for you. And that might be 5 figures for you. So it is all good. This is about your vision for your business and your life, not about what anybody else is doing. So that is super important, and that is something that I say all the time. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't from this. And if you are joining me live, please do say hello, give me some hearts, and let me know who you are and what you're up to in the comments. We're just sharing this out in our Wise Wild Wealthy circle, if it will let me. I'm not sure that it will, because Facebook is being temperamental, but super grateful for technology and the ability to connect with you on a regular basis in this way. So so cool to hang out with you here. My Facebook has frozen on my computer, so we might have to share this out later. So in the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. How does this resonate? And as I said, what's your experience of creating business at this level, of scaling your business? Where are you at the moment? And how also can we support you? What are you looking to get to next? What's your vision for the next 6 months? We are officially in the second half of 2018 now, so I'd love to hear also as we go through this conversation, like what are you looking to create between now and December? Where are you at? How can we support you? And the reason I go live on a regular basis on these pages is so that I can support you in your next up level, support you in really creating those desires that you have, and also really tuning in to what it is exactly that you want, and being clear on whether things are true desires for you, or whether you're doing things because you feel you should, or because perhaps you saw a post where someone was creating 6 figures and you're like, oh, I must do that, that's the next step, or 7 figures and you must scale. But actually, if you check in with that, it's more freedom you desire, not necessarily creating a higher level of income. So I'm going to be going into all of those pieces, what it really means to scale your business to 6 figures or beyond, what they're not talking about in terms of what it really takes, how you really need to show up, the kind of support that you need, and quite often that I'm seeing people not getting as well, which is super important. And if you stick around till the end, I have an incredible offer for you as well. So please hang out with me and share this out if this resonates, and if you know anyone else who might be interested in this conversation today, hit the share button, tap the screen and give me some hearts today, and let me know how you are. I'm just sharing this out in our Wise Wild Wealthy Women in Business Thrive group, and in our Inner Circle. If you are a female entrepreneur, creative or leader, come and join us. They're amazing, amazing, amazing communities, particularly if you're really looking to up level and scale this year. Most people come to me because they've got to a plateau in their business. They have created some success, they have consistent clients, and they have programs, and to a certain extent they're doing well, but they've plateaued, or they're stuck, or they don't know how to scale up. And most women who come to me are really looking to scale their business up to 6 figures or beyond. But it isn't just about the money. I know the topic of this is about money, because if you're in money is important. If you're in business, rather, money is important. But this really is about Inner Circle with Louise George. Okay, we're shared. We're good to go. Hey Rachel. Hey Steve. How you doing? Good to see you. This is really about the women who I work with, the people who I work with, men as well, some men privately. The men and women I work with will typically be coming to me because they want to create a higher level of income and impact. I only work with purpose-driven entrepreneurs. I only work with purpose-driven entrepreneurial artists, really. People who are here to make a big impact in the world, who have... Tyke, that's very excited. Every time I go live, he barks. Yes, the people I work with are purpose-driven entrepreneurial creatives, essentially. And often when I'm working with entrepreneurs, it's because they've got to a level and they really want to make a bigger impact. They want to create more clients and income. Because if you're not doing that, you will find yourself stuck. If you're not creating consistent clients and income, you have an expensive hobby. If you get to a certain level and you can't scale up from there, it's very frustrating. And particularly as you grow, your expenses are going to grow and expand with you as well. So I'm going to be talking about all of those pieces, and please do share in the comments. Where are you at? How can we support you? What's your experience of this? Have you scaled your business to 6 figures or multi-6 figures, or are you a 7-figure or an 8-figure? Like, where are you at? We'd love to share and celebrate with you. And the title of this is from one of my amazing clients, Nancy Florence. Check her out, make sure you're following her. She has created the most incredible business and life for herself. And as she shared in a recent post, she went from living in a room to scaling her business to 6 figures in a period of 9 months. And that's been with my support, and I want to talk about like what that's really looked like, how I've supported her, how I support my clients in creating that level of success, and in a way that feels really good and is aligned with who they really are, because there's no one way to do it. And the way we work is by really getting clear on what is it exactly that you desire, how do you want to work, what do you want your lifestyle to look like, and then building your business around that. Really, it is life and business by design, and like I always say, it is all possible. So anything that you desire is possible. It's possible to monetize you, to really look at what are your gifts, what is your soul purpose, how can you fully show up and express that in the world and get paid highly for that, so that you can go out there and make the big impact that you're here to make as well. And so Nancy and I have been working together for a long time. And this year she's really scaled up and really fully stepped into her power, and it's been so incredible to watch. And the way I've been working with my clients in the past year, it's particularly in the last year, is really supporting them in getting rid of anything that no longer serves them, really digging into, okay, what are you dragging along with you, what are you still doing that doesn't support this next level of you? Who is it that you really desire to be, and particularly tapping into a future version of you. And you can do this for yourself. What is the vision for your life and business? And get connected to that vision. Maybe that's in a year's time, maybe that's 5 years time, maybe that's 20 years time. And really connect to who is that highest version. The person that has everything that you desire right now, what is it that they're doing? How are they showing up? So this is what I'm going through with my clients. Really on a regular basis, we're digging into this and peeling back any of the layers that are stopping you from fully expressing yourself, right? And getting clear on any limiting beliefs, any insecurities, any fears that might stop you from fully showing up and stepping into your power and purpose. So most of the work we're doing is internal. It's 80% reprogramming, working on your mindset, on your belief system, so that you can be fully supported in going out there and creating your business and life, right? And then we're looking at the strategy on top of that. How do you want to work? What do you want your business to look like? What do you want your team to look like? And really building the systems and structures and the strategy around that. But that's only 20% of the work. There's no point in taking that action, in hiring a team, in creating any kind of structure in your business if you're not aligned with it, if it doesn't light you up, if it doesn't work for you. Because what is working for one person might not work for you if it doesn't feel good, if it isn't aligned, if it's not how you want to be working or playing or living, right? So this is the work that we're doing. Scaling to 6 figures is very simple and very easy when you get aligned and clear on exactly what your message is, who you are, how you want to work, and all of these internal pieces. But it does take working with someone who can really support you in getting clear on what exactly is that vision, what is the next level of your business. who are you really, and what are your soul's desires? And then looking under the surface at what are any limits, fears, insecurities that might stop you from fully stepping into that, right? So this does take working with coaches and mentors, in my opinion and experience. If you are stuck in business, make sure you're being supported. Your first hire as an entrepreneur should really be a business coach or mentor, someone who can work with you on this internal stuff and support you in the strategy pieces, right? And what I'd like to add to that is somebody who's not only got results for themselves, but also has results for their clients. This is super important, that you do your research, that you make sure that anyone that you're going to invest in, because it is an investment, really knows how to support you powerfully, has got results time and time and time again, not just once, not just for themselves, but is supporting their clients to a high level. And their clients are getting amazing results, like my clients are. So you can see, working with me time and time again, my clients are getting incredible results. So make sure that whoever you're working with has that proof as well, has those case studies, has those testimonials, has those amazing clients who are really creating at a high level, and particularly that's aligned with the way that you want to work and the way that you want to show up and the kind of business and lifestyle you want, and not in a carbon copy way, not someone who's going to give you like an A to Z process, but someone who's really going to work with you, create a bespoke programs, and get clear on who you be and how you can show up as your most powerful self, right? So creating six figures when you work with someone who knows how to support you in that is super simple, and scaling from there to multi six figures to seven figures and beyond. And that's the level that I'm working with my coaches and mentors now, is in scaling to that 7-figure mark and beyond. And that is something else to take note on as well, is that it really is continual work. It's not just okay, tick, been through that program. And then that's not to say that you always need a coach, but personally, I will always be supported by coaches and mentors who are further down the journey than me, who can really support me in the next level, who can really see me and support me in any new limiting beliefs or fears or insecurities. As you up level, they will continue to surface. There will be old paradigms that will try and come back and sabotage you. There will be new limits that you need to break through. So it is a continual journey of self-development, and really making sure that you believe in yourself and you understand like how amazing you are, and you can create from that space as well. And then looking at the strategy to each next stage as well is super important. Whew, how are we doing? If you're on here live, let me know. Give me a thumbs up or something in the comments if this is resonating with you. If you have any comments, questions or takeaways as we go through this, let me know as well. And same if you're watching on the replay, continue this conversation and let me know how this resonates with you. So we've spoken to how to create a 6-figure business and how to scale from there, and how to do that with ease and flow, and to be supported in doing that. But what does it really mean? Quite honestly, 6 figures in business doesn't mean very much. It's amazing. It is to be celebrated. It is incredible. But 6 figures in a business is not a salary. That is income, that is revenue for the business or for the company. Most of that is going to go back into the company, in team members, in marketing, in scaling to the next level, in your coaches and mentors, in the new lifestyle that you've created for yourself, right? Because as your income increases, so will your expenses. In salary for yourself and for your team members, if you've hit the VAT threshold in the UK, whatever. If you have a company and you're employing people and you're an employee of that company, salary. So getting to 6 figures is simple, is easy, feels amazing, is to be celebrated, absolutely, but it really doesn't mean much in terms of company growth. And this depends on like what level of business that you want to get to. If you desire to be a sole trader, if you desire to keep it super small and boutique and just yourself or just you and assistant, then that's cool, that's absolutely cool, and you can keep your overhead super low, particularly if you have and most of you, I'm presuming, have online businesses. If you have an online business and you're a service-based professional, you can keep overhead super low. But if you want to scale, if you really want to make a big impact, if you really want to be able to contribute to the world highly, and you're scaling your business up so that you can do that, 6 figures is just the tip of the iceberg. It's such a tiny milestone, because of the impact you're able to make is still relatively small at that point. And as I just said, most of that money is going to go back into your business so that you can scale it to the next level. Excuse me. Even multi 6 figures, right, which is where my company's at today. For the last 3 years, we've been turning over multi-six figures of revenue. A lot of that is going back into working with my coaches and mentors so that I can grow to the next level, into my amazing team who support me, my salary, charities that we're supporting, into the infrastructure of the company, all of the systems and the structures that we're using. So a lot of that is going back in. And still, at that level, I'm still only scratching the surface with the impact that I really want to make, which is why this year we're scaling to 7 figures. And then you start to see more of an impact. Then you start to be able to hire more team members to support you. Then you start to be able to really only work in your zone of genius. So for me, that's speaking, that's coaching, that's writing, that's TV hosting, my podcast, all of those things that really light me up, that are my gift, that I really am starting to just be able to focus on those things now. But it really does take scaling up to that level, like I said, unless you keep it really small and your overhead's really low, which is cool as well. So let me know how this resonates, and any takeaways you have. And then when you're looking to scale up to multi-six figures and beyond, you are also investing in a team. So outsourcing as much as you can, as quickly as you can, and that might start with a VA, a virtual assistant, for a few hours a week to support you so that you can delegate some of the admin. That might be social media managers, that might be media managers. There are so many team members that as you scale up, you will want to be investing in to support you so that you can really keep growing and expanding, so that you can keep showing up powerfully and really focusing on your zone of genius and what you're here to do. So that's another thing that's not spoken about a lot. And the final thing that I really wanted to touch on that isn't spoken to a lot, or I'm certainly not hearing the mainstream kind of coaching industry talking about this, when people are talking about, hey, 6 figures and 7 figures, etc., is that you need to learn to manage your money. As much as you are going to be learning to create higher levels of wealth, you're going to be working on your wealth consciousness so that you have more capacity to create money and call money in. You also need to work on your money management, learning how to retain the money, how to grow the money, how to accumulate, right? This is super important, and this is why also it's super important to do your research, to make sure that you're working with coaches and mentors who have continually created high levels of success, who have continually got the results for their clients as well, who can support you in not only creating to the next level of your business and life, but can support you in really managing it, can support you in really working on your capacity to receive and your capacity to spend and your capacity to accumulate. These pieces aren't spoken to enough, and it's super important so that you can, again, continue growing and expanding and sustain it and stabilize that next level, because there are so many stories running underneath the surface as well, that while you may get to a certain level, and I experienced this earlier this year, I hit my highest level income months ever, and more than I've ever created in a year in corporate before, right? So that was over 50k. And when I hit that level, the next month, it was a couple of months in a row, the next month I went back down again, and I spoke to my coach about this, and I was like, what's happened? I went from up here, highest month ever, like really celebrating, and then it dropped down again. And it was because I hadn't looked at what's next. I hadn't gone into the future vision. I hadn't stabilized at that higher level, so the only way was to go down. So there's so many layers and pieces to be working on continually and to be supported in, and this again is why it's so important to be working with coaches and mentors who have the capacity to hold this space for you, who have the capacity to get to understand who you really are and help you to see that. And this is mostly internal work, it's mostly mindset, it's mostly looking at those beliefs and reprogramming at each level, each up level, each upgrade, each level of expansion, right? This inner work is so important as you continue to grow and expand, particularly if it's new to you, if you've just created six figures, or you're just looking to go to the next level, if that is a new level for you, there's still work to be done to stabilize it, to continue growing and to continue accumulating wealth, so that you don't have high levels of income coming in that you've never had before and then spend it all and have nothing to take you to the next level. Or you're seeing like ups and downs and that big roller coaster ride, or that feast to famine cycle that you once experienced when you were in corporate, or when you are exchanging time for money and working for the hour. As you start creating higher levels of income in your business, that pattern can repeat itself. You can still be in feast or famine while earning 10k a month. Like, believe me, I see it time and time again, and I've seen so many people in online business who are starting to create at these higher levels of income end up having to go back and get a job and work for someone else, or going from business to business to business in the hope that the next thing is the answer. There's no quick fix. The only thing that's ever going to work for you is your true heart's desires, because they are meant for you. And then it takes consistency and being persistent with the internal work and the external actions, and really getting in alignment, which is why our amazing program, our Sister Mind, is called Align and Rise. That is the majority of the work, is getting in alignment with who you really are. And I'm doing this because it is about your head brain, your heart brain, your gut brain, the rest of your incredible body wisdom, working with universal laws and higher consciousness to be supported as well. And then doing the inspired action, taking consistent action from that space. If you are just creating from your head brain, if you are just going after things because other people are doing them, if you are just doing things because you feel you should, it will not work for you, or at least it won't be sustainable. You'll get to a certain level, you'll plateau, and then you'll maybe nosedive, right? And it won't feel good. That none of the journey will feel good if it's not your true soul's desires. Whew. Hey Deb. Hey Pat. How are you doing? So good to see you. So if you've missed any of this and you're just joining us live, or if you're just hopping on the replay, make sure you go back to the beginning and really listen, not just for the words that I'm saying, but really tune into how this is resonating with you. How does it feel when you read the title of this post, when you see the level that my clients are creating at? How does that make you feel? Is that something that you remember? Is that something that you're stepping up to? Does it not resonate with you? Do you feel uncomfortable around money? Like, what's your experience around these kind of conversations? And your body will give you an indication of what's going on for you. Like, do you restrict? Do you feel uncomfortable when people are talking about creating at a certain level? And does it feel expansive and exciting when you read about other people's levels of success and creation? Do you feel like, oh my goodness, that's possible for me too? And let me tell you now, it absolutely is. It is all possible, and it's all possible now. Anything that you desire, hey love, good to see you. Anything that you desire is possible, and it's possible like right now. As I just said, like, you do not have to wait 6 months. I cannot tell you how many people message me saying, I really want to work with you, but maybe in 6 months or maybe a year. First of all, that's probably not going to be likely, because at the rate that I'm expanding and growing, my prices are increasing all the time, my programs are changing all the time. I am working with fewer and fewer people one-on-one, and very selective people who are growing with me to the next level. At the moment, I'm particularly interested in working with purpose-driven entrepreneurial actors and creatives at a super high level. And so don't wait is the point of that. If there's something that you have a heart's desire for, whether it's working with me, or if it's working with another coach, or if it's investing in yourself or your business in any way, if you tune in and you know it's meant for you, you know it's a soul desire, and the only thing that's stopping you is time or money or any of those other excuses, check in with that. And just work out and ask, how can I make this happen? How can I invest? How can I support myself in this? How can I grow? How can I expand? Be asking those very open, very positive presupposed questions, rather than just shutting it down or saying no because your head's trying to work out how. Be open to the how. Be open to whatever support is available for you to make it happen now. And you can just be looking at what's the next right action, what's the next one thing I can do that's going to bring me closer to this. And also, you can quantum leap if you're ready for that. If you're like, every cell in my being is telling me that I'm ready now and I cannot wait, and this is an absolute must and a soul desire, then the question to ask is, how can I make this happen now? And what do I need to do to show up? And it's most likely going to be super uncomfortable, because growth and expansion is, but you have all the power to change your life in any moment, right now. You just get to choose what it is that you're focusing on, what it is that you're creating. See it in your mind and you will see it in reality if you continually focus and do the work to program yourself for that level of creation. It is all possible, and I would love to support you and hear from you, so continue commenting below. Let me know how this conversation is resonating. Any questions, comments and takeaways, let us know in the comments, or private message me, direct message me, and I'm here for you. I'd love to know how I can support you in whatever's next for you. This is not just a financial conversation, by the way. This is a holistic approach to coaching. This is about abundance in all life areas, really thriving in love, in health and in money, particularly if you're an entrepreneur. You absolutely can have it all, as one of my amazing coaches says. You really can, and now is the time. It's time to align and rise. We start the next 6 months of our Align and Rise program right now, today, in just a few hours. And if you have been waiting, if you know it's for you and you want to join us, if you are ready to join the most soulful, intimate, beautiful sister mind, to be supported by me in quantum leaping to your next level, and an incredible group of women, an incredible tribe who get you, who've got you, for the next 6 months at least, and then joining us in Bali in December, send me a direct message now, because now is the last chance to join us, and I would love to have a conversation to see if it's a good fit and to welcome you into your next level. Speak soon. Please share this out if this resonates and continue the comments. Love you.